Good morning, class 9. Welcome to the physics class. So, chapter 1 is measurement and experimentation. You have already learned a lot about measurement in your previous classes, especially in class 6th. You have learned about measurement, units, a little bit about conversion also. So, okay, let us start with measurement, how we define it. It is the process of comparison of given physical quantity with known standard quantity of same nature. What does this mean? We have some standard quantities, and when we measure something, we are going to compare it with some other standard quantity. For example, if you have a line, suppose I have a straight line over here and I want to measure it. What is the most convenient way to do? I'll take a scale and I am going to measure it with a scale. So, what I am actually doing, I am comparing this line with the values which are given on your scale, the common scale that you use. So we are going to compare this value with the values already marked on the scale, right? So this is what measurement is. So we already have standard quantities for that, and those standard quantities are called unit. It is a quantity of constant magnitude which is used to measure the magnitudes of other quantities of same nature. Okay, for example, when I say that something is, say, 5 meter, so meter is the unit over here, and it is the unit of length. Then I am when I'm measuring the line or something which is of 5 meter, suppose a thread is of 5 meter length, then what I am doing, I am comparing it with a quantity which is meter, and I am telling you that it is contained 5 times in that particular thread, right? So how will we describe the magnitude of a physical quantity? It is actually the numerical value multiplied by the unit. Okay, this is what I was telling you. Suppose I say that this a particular, say, piece of cloth is of length 5 meter, then 5 is the numerical value and meter is the unit. Okay, that means I compared the length of that cloth with certain scale, and I got that the standard value, that was meter, that was 5 times in that cloth. Okay, so how do you choose a unit? So there are certain properties of a unit. First is it should be of convenient size. What does this mean? Suppose I need to measure, as I said earlier, I was going to measure this line. So should I measure this in kilometers? No. Or meters? No. I should measure it in centimeters. Okay. So it should be of convenient size. We should choose the unit in such a way that it is convenient for us to measure it. Okay. If I am going from Lucknow to Delhi, I am not going to measure the distance in centimeters. That I will measure in kilometers. Okay. So the size of the unit that I am choosing, that should be of convenient size. Then unit could be defined without ambiguity. Ambiguity means there should not be any confusion. Okay. The exact unit, exact value of that unit should be defined. When I say this much is 1 meter, suppose a standard scale is of 1 meter length, then it should be exactly of 1 meter, and there should not be any confusion. Okay, then it should be reproducible. The number of times I measure it, it should always be 1 meter only, and the value should not keep on changing. Okay, then it should remain same everywhere. If I measure a particular thing in Lucknow or Delhi, or I go to America, UK, wherever, the value should be same everywhere. Okay, so in this way we need to measure the or choose the units, right? Then there are two types of units: fundamental units and derived units. Okay, so fundamental units are those units which are independent of any other unit. They cannot be related with any other unit. For example, the units of mass, length, let us stick to length and mass for now, a time also. So you know that unit of mass is, suppose, kg. Here we are taking for the time being, let us consider kg, and unit of length is meter, unit of time is second. Can you convert kg into meter? No. Can I convert meter into kg? No. Or kg into second? No. If I say anything like that to you, if I say convert kg into second, you'll certainly say, ma'am, kg is the unit of mass and second is the unit of time, right? You cannot convert these two together, these two into each other, and both of them cannot even be related to each other, right? They cannot be converted to each other, they cannot be related to each other directly, and they are independent of each other. Length is not dependent on mass. Okay, so both are independent units. So such units are called fundamental units. So there are a number of fundamental units: mass, length, time, temperature, current, amount of substances. We'll be taking it after some time again. So there we'll discuss it in detail. Then the other type of units are derived units. Okay, so derived units depend on the fundamental units. Okay, and they can be expressed in terms of fundamental units. For example, area. Let us talk about area. So how do you get the unit of area? You know the formula. Suppose I talk about square. Okay, then area of a square is side multiplied by side. So how will I get the unit of area? I will write the unit of side. That, suppose I'm measuring it in meter, I can measure a side in centimeter also, but for now meter, then the another side again meter. This gives us the unit of side to be meter square. So here the unit of area is dependent on the unit of length, that is meter, right? So derived units are derived from fundamental units, or they depend on fundamental units. So they can be expressed in terms of fundamental units. How I'm expressing the unit of area? It is the square of a meter. Okay, so I'm just pausing this video. The next part I'm just sending in the other video. Okay.